Good morning, students. This is Mr. Chance, and I want to talk a little bit about one way to write a three-point persuasive paragraph. In a persuasive paragraph, what I attempt to do is convince my reader that I'm correct, that my point of view is accurate. And in a three-point persuasive paragraph, my argument for convincing people that my point of view is correct hinges on three main points. Three main points. Okay, so first thing I need is I need a way to organize my thoughts, and I've handed these out in class before, and I believe I've emailed them to y'all. This is my three-point persuasive paragraph pre-writing map. This is one way to do this. It's not the only way, but this is one way. And so what I need, obviously, before I start writing is I need a topic. I have to have a topic. And so in that regard, I am going to pretend that I am writing a three-point persuasive paragraph on this topic right here, boom, which is that Batman is a better superhero than Superman, a better hero than Superman. All right, perhaps a controversial claim, but in any event, this is what I'm going to go with. And so I need some main points now. I need some data that I can explain to my reader. And when I'm working on this, I don't necessarily need to write with complete sentences, because this is just me organizing my thoughts. So for my first main point, I'm going to note that Batman is human. Superman's not human, right? Batman's human. My second main point is that I'm going to emphasize that Batman is a self-made man. And then there's going to be some qualifiers on there, but he's a self-made man. And then my third main point is that anyone can Batman, right? Anyone can Batman. If it's appropriate to use Batman as a verb, anyone can Batman. All right, so those are my main points. Okay, now what I need to do next is I need to provide some supporting details, and those supporting details shouldn't be my opinion, right? As much as possible, supporting details in a persuasive paragraph should be things that are verifiable. So my first supporting detail regarding Batman being human is he gets hurt pretty much like you and me, right? If Batman gets punched, he feels pain. If he gets shot, he feels pain. He suffers the injury. Now, he does take steps to avoid injuries, and but that doesn't change the fact that he has these limitations, right? Whereas, if you shoot Superman, oh, that didn't hurt, right? I'm Superman. Okay. My second detail here is somewhat similar, but it's slightly different, right? And he gets tired. He doesn't have just the physical limitations of a human. He has the mental and the emotional limitations as well, in that regard. And then my third supporting detail here is I'm going to go a little bit into reader response criticism here, perhaps a bit advanced for our purposes. But in these respects, Batman is relatable, right? I understand what it means to get hurt. I understand what it means to be so overwhelmed by my problems in my life that I want to give up. That I want to surrender. Batman understands these things as well, because he experiences the same sorts of physical and mental limitations that I do, not to the same degree that I do, but that's where we get into our second main point, that Batman is a self-made man, and this comes with the qualifiers that you put on anybody who is a self-made man. No human springs fully formed out of a vacuum. right, with no past influences or whatever. But with that in mind, is Batman uses his gifts, right? He doesn't squander them, right? He's gifted mentally, he's gifted physically. He comes from a wealthy family, a phenomenally wealthy family. And he takes those things that he was born with, and he develops them, and he uses them in the service of others, right? And he oh my goodness, I completely lost my train of thought. That's what I get trying to type and talk at the same time. I will refocus, and now I continue, right? He relentlessly improves himself physically, right? He works out, he goes to the bat gym and he lifts the bat weights, and he studies various martial arts and so on. So this relentless improvement physical, but he also relentlessly studies, right? He's not just improving himself physically, he's improving himself mentally as well, all with the goal of being a better person, so that he can be of better service to others in the cause of justice, right? And then this idea that anyone can be Batman, when we keep this in idea that, we're using Batman here as a metaphor. I mean, I'm not encouraging people to put on a costume and run around and punch bad guys, right? But in anyone that Batman is, we all feel pain, right? We all feel pain. But despite that pain, we can all refuse to give up, right? It's not going to quite fit in the bubble there, but I'll do the best I can, right? We can all refuse to give up, and we all have gifts, right? We all have gifts that we can use to help others. So there, we can all be Batman, right? Now this isn't true, right? We can't all be Superman, right? We're not born on the planet Krypton. We're not invulnerable to physical harm, except for a few exceptions like kryptonite, right? Which, to be honest, never really seems to hurt Superman a whole lot. I mean, Superman once recovered from death, right? He was killed, and then he got better. Okay. That's a little hard to relate to in some ways. Okay, so my case is that Batman is a better hero than Superman because of these things. And so this is the first part of my persuasive paragraph, and I'm going to end this video here, and then I'm going to talk about the second part of my persuasive paragraph process in more detail in this next video, which will be coming up very shortly. So please be patient. Thank you.